Gender politics are taking centre stage in the election campaign. Julia Gillard's been confronted with questions about how long she intends staying single, her fashion sense and the size of her earlobes. But as we've heard, she hasn't answered a more serious charge, that she opposed Labor's paid parental leave scheme when it passed through the Rudd cabinet. The claim emerged as the government mounted its own attack on Tony Abbott's scheme. Political reporter Nick Harmson.
Up and down the Queensland coast, they're fishing for votes. With messages tailored to cut through in marginal seats.
Now look at that, eh?
In Dawson, Tony Abbott gave voters a taste of life without marine protection areas.
Beautiful.
All of us want to see appropriate environmental protection, but man and nature have to live together.
Keeping men alive was Julia Gillard's focus.
Around 2,000 Australians each year commit suicide. 75% of those are men.
She promised $277 million in suicide prevention measures, including extra counselling, psychiatry and support services for the severely mentally ill, and a boost for the crisis hotline service Lifeline. It's an attempt to polish Labor's tarnished mental health credentials.
I want to make mental health a second-term agenda for the government.
That's not good enough for the government's former mental health advisor. He met with Julia Gillard 2 weeks ago.
It's well short of the mark. It's not systemic reform. It's not the investment that we need to actually solve the mental health crisis in Australia. And it fails the leadership test in my view.
We had the feast of COAG and mental health was locked out of the banquet. And now we're seeing people scrambling to catch up.
I regret to say that it seems that yet again the government has been meeting with mental health experts but not actually acting on their concerns.
Tony Abbott's offering $1.5 billion for mental health.
Hands down, the Coalition has the far more effective mental health policy.
The government's homing in on the Coalition's policy on paid parental leave. It once promised to pay 26 weeks based on the primary carer's income.
We're seeing it as the primary carer's salary being replaced.
No kids are safe during an election campaign.
Now it'll be based on the mother's salary, even if the man is the carer.
This is the policy that we've always had in mind.
That's just another demonstration of what a risk Mr Abbott is to our national economy.
But tonight, Julia Gillard's stance on paid maternity leave has also been called into question. Channel 9 has reported she opposed Labor's scheme when it passed through the Rudd cabinet. The story also claims she expressed reservations about the size of the pension increase Labor delivered last year.
The fact that she's only too happy to claim as one of her great achievements increases in the pension, but didn't actually support it in Cabinet, shows that she is a very smooth talker, our Prime Minister.
There was no talking, just a statement from Julia Gillard, insisting she was a proud member of the team that delivered both achievements and pointing out that Cabinet discussions are confidential. Cabinet discussions might be off limits, but little else is for Australia's first female PM. The endless fascination with her clothes and marital status appeared to throw Julia Gillard momentarily off balance.
Will you be happy to be the first de facto couple living in the lodge, or are we to expect a Prime Ministerial wedding?
Look, I make, number one, decisions about me getting married are not just made by me.
Julia Gillard has been subject in the last 24 hours to some quite nasty attacks, not just from the opposition but in the media, and I'm frankly disgusted by it.
Tony Abbott was asked whether it was all a sign that a Liberal dirt machine is hard at work.
Family status shouldn't be at stake. Gender shouldn't be at stake. It's simply the policies and the competence which are the issues in this campaign.
Like it or not, gender is at stake. Tomorrow, Julia Gillard will grace the pages of a women's magazine. Nick Harmson, Lateline.